Introduction to 2D arrays. To create a two-dimensional array, we're going to start with the type being stored in the array. Then we will include a set of square brackets to indicate it's a two-dimensional array. We'll use the name of the array, then a keyword new, the type being stored in the array, and the number of rows and the number of columns in the two-dimensional array. Num rows and num columns are constants and are set as the two-dimensional array is declared and initialized. For example, string, square brackets, students equals new string 24 creates a two-dimensional array with 2 rows and 4 columns that will hold string objects. We illustrate this with students referencing this two-dimensional structure that contains 2 rows and 4 columns, all with the value null. On the left, you see the row indices 0 and 1. They are going to start at 0 and they're going to end at the number of rows minus 1. Along the top, we have the column indices. They are going to start at 0 and end at num columns minus 1. These are the elements in the two-dimensional array. The initial value of reference types is null. Let's look at another example using an initializer list. Two-dimensional arrays are arrays of arrays. So first initializer, Ava, Amy, and Beth, is actually an array that is being nested inside another set of braces to create the two-dimensional structure. So that first array is this first array at row 0, Ava, Amy, and Beth. Then we have Liam, Al, and Art, and they are the second array being stored in the two-dimensional array. And then Lily, Joe, and Mike are the third array. So each row is an array of elements. If we try to access the values, string name equals student1, 2, we're going to get the value of Art being assigned to name because Art is at row 1 and column 2. If we say name is equal to students at 2, 1, 2, 1 is row 2, column 1, and we get the value Joe. If we say int num rows equals students.length, that tells me how many rows are in this two-dimensional array. In this case, we have 2 rows, and so num rows will be 2. If we want to know how many columns, we have to get the length of a row. So in this case, I'm going to get the length of the first row, or row 0, and that's going to be this row here, Ava, Amy, Beth, and Joe, and I'm going to get the length of that row, which is 4.